I'm about to take my very first dose of testosterone. I know my voice is going to change, and I'm also interested in seeing how my face and body changes shape over time. This Friday is 1 year on T. 1 year on T, we did it. We're queer, we do what we want. My name is Gender Meowster, and I am 1 year, 0 months, and 1 week on testosterone. The cystic acne is continuing to be a challenge. It's everywhere. It's a lot. It's so much. My whole face hurts. Like I said recently, nobody is on HRT for the lulz. This is not for the faint of heart. I'm growing back hair now. You can see all this hair growing in. I'm visibly trans right now. People hear my voice and think I'm a girl still, even though it's been dropping for sure. But they see this and they've been teasing about it. I could shave it, but I don't want to. I want it to grow out and be luscious and lovely. Yeah, it's been a time. I have a ton of nose hair in my nose. It's cool that I'm getting more masculine inside and out. That's fun. People have been commenting on what I should do with my body hair. I went through a lot of pain and suffering to grow every single one of these hairs on my face, and no, I don't want to shave it off. And the other thing is, because I've been on testosterone for over a year, I'm going through menopause, basically. I call it manopause. And so even though I'm AFAB, now I need to take estrogen internally to help deal with the menopause that I'm going through. I never thought in my trans journey that I would also have to go on estrogen. So it's just a whole anxiety-inducing thing. I have really intense back knee right now. It's interesting. I feel like it started with my face and it's just been slowly spreading to everywhere else. Singing has been really interesting and fun and challenging. I don't know that I can hit all the same soprano notes I used to be able to hit. My voice is getting deeper and I've been enjoying singing the bass lines of things. My skin has been really dry, and I know I've said this before, but even a year in, it's still true. I wonder if this is just the new normal. I don't know. I had my labs done because I went to see my doctor. We're bumping me up from 0.3 to 0.35, so tomorrow I will have 0.5 more handsome juice milligrams to put in my body. 0.05. Maybe my facial hair will grow in even more stunningly. Maybe my voice will deepen even more dramatically. The dry skin seems to be persisting. This morning I just woke up covered in sweat. That's happening a lot these days with the being perimenopausal. All of the hormones all of the time. There's discomfort, there's growing pains going on. I feel like I'd be more comfortable in the men's room if I had a packer. I have excruciating extreme anxiety anytime I go in a men's room. Actually, my biggest preference is go to a non-gendered restroom and just use the restroom. I've acquired a prosthetic so that maybe I can be more comfortable peeing in public. It arrived. And oh my gosh, the euphoria when I pulled it out of the box and I held it and I was like, oh, this is so nice. So I tried to use the STP, practice in the shower before you do it in the real world. It did not work. That's just growing pains. Overall, I'm still delighted to have it. It takes the time that it takes. There's no prescribed order that you do gender things in. You can do it however you want. I've been overheating in pajamas. If I fall asleep in pajamas, I wake up and everything is itchy and a terrible time. My spouse called my belly hair glorious, which I thought was hilarious. I have not figured out how to use my new packer in restroom at all. It's been a total time. I've just sort of given up on that part and I'm just gonna use it as a packer. I got to garden shirtless for the first time in my adult life. Haha, and it was the best thing ever. Look at this. I got sideburns, y'all. I got sideburns. It's so exciting. Testosterone-based skin is somehow simultaneously very dry and oily at the same time. Just why? Oh my gosh, it's been a time. I've noticed singing along where there's a male lead singer, I tend to do better now than when there is a female lead singer. Maybe it's finally time to switch to monthly check-ins instead of weekly check-ins. Get a good look at my facial hair. We'll check it out again a month from now and see how it's going. The underside is the bit that's growing in the most first. I didn't expect top of my shoulder hair, but here it is. Testosterone is majestic. Frustration is more motivating than it used to be. I get mad and then I get stuff done. It's kind of weird and fascinating. My body decided to celebrate Father's Day by having my first period in a year. I've developed this cackle. Maybe my laugh is at the breaking point of my voice. I don't remember cackling before. Maybe it's a gender euphoria that's making me cackle. Let's blame it on the gender euphoria. So I'm working on getting some letters for a total hysterectomy. extra organs you don't even need, gone. The 2 days before my dose of testosterone, I get all this dysphoria that comes flooding back. I think the little estrogen factories are pumping stuff out. My plan is to have a simple release metoidoplasty. Let it be free. I dyed my beard and it's giving me all the gender euphoria, but that also means now I have to use the men's room consistently. There's a lot of letter getting you have to do when you're having these surgeries. That is like an additional financial barrier, an additional executive function barrier. Executive dysfunction is pretty common in the trans community, and so it's like, oh, here's a bunch of things to keep track of and work on, and like this is why it takes years. So this is a year and 6 months on T. 7 of those months has been on injectable HRT. Injections significantly improve the bioavailability of testosterone in my body. Microdosing helped a lot with the mental dysphoria, but the actual injections is what's causing the physical transformation more dramatically. Never expected my beard hair to be growing on my cheekbones. I am waiting to update my gender marker with my health insurance because health insurance is very binary still, male or female. There's no non-binary option, which is disappointing to me. I am noticing the fat redistribution happening in my body. There used to be more fat on the top of my leg and now there's less. So it's harder to do my jab, my testosterone jab. It makes it more painful. A fine layer of hair has just covered my entire body, including my shoulders. It grows in places you wouldn't expect. And it doesn't grow in places you would like it to, like right here. Please, can I have some more face hair right here, please? I've been having this weird thing where every weekend I'm experiencing cramps and bleeding. It's felt like I've had a period every weekend. You know, I've talked to my doctor about it. We upped my T dose. It has been helping some and hasn't treated all of it, but it's helped some. So now I'm doing 0.22 milliliters of testosterone injected into my thigh twice a week, which is a lot of needles. We did the last pap smear I'll ever have. It's cool. It feels like an achievement to only have one left, and I did it now. So now my struggle is with getting the pre-certification for my hysterectomy figured out. It's a time for many reasons, but one of them is when I had my top surgery, Aetna denied me 3 times. I can tell you when I had my breast reduction, when the state health insurance was paying for it, I didn't have to go through this lengthy process. I paid $0. It was very easy. But the minute it became about gender, it went through 3 levels of appeals. I'm so spicy about it. I could rant about it for a long time. And so if by some magic I get all my stuff approved before the 5th of December, then I'll be having my procedure that day. I'd say there's a 20% chance of that being real. What I'm actually on the schedule for is January 12th. I think it's going to be March or June before we hear back enough and get it approved, just given how frustrating it was to get the top surgery approved. I've been noticing my vision is changing. I don't know if it's because I'm 33 or because the testosterone is actually impacting my body and my vision in that way. I don't know if anyone's done research on this. So I'm getting glasses. They're in the mail right now. I got the email this morning. They're on the way. They're very gay, super cool, gay glasses. My beard, I feel like, is growing in really nicely.
Thank you. Lean in, please. Other side. Thank you.
The original surgery date has come and gone for December 5th. Frankly, I don't think my insurance is even going to approve it by the January 12th date, which they originally gave me as like the day for my hysterectomy. It can take a really long time to get these surgeries. I feel like my voice is dropping even more. It's been dropping since I started injectables, especially. I switched to twice a week injections. Once I have this hysterectomy in a month or so, I'll be back to once a week. My uterus is having its last hurrah. It's protesting. It's going on a cramp strike. My skin is still going through this getting dry and full of both acne and ingrown hairs. It's like the slowest werewolf transformation ever. I keep putting on muscle mass, especially in my shoulder area. I'm noticing shirts are getting tighter. I can talk all the way down here if I try really hard. I'm having hysterectomy on Thursday. Pretty soon, I will have the very last pregnancy test that I will ever have to take. I'm thrilled that soon I personally will not be afflicted by that very dysphoria-inducing experience. Will be 2 years next month. Ooh. I think it was about 3 weeks ago that I had that hysterectomy. So much better. My gosh, that body part of mine fought me real hard until the bitter end there. But we persevered, y'all. I'm so excited. And I've been realizing just how much beard I actually have. It's very grown in. Look at it. It's there. It's real. You can see it. Hi, my name is Gender Meowster, and I am 2 years on testosterone today, March 11th. 2023. Check out this beard growth. It's so nice. It's everywhere. Look at these sideburn situation. I'm excited. I just started to see this start to fill in right here. My face is not the only place hair is growing. Look at this. What is happening? Look at this smile. I'm so excited. You know, I don't think 2 years ago me would have conceptualized that having any kind of bottom surgery was on the horizon. You know, we can evolve as time goes on and get to know ourselves better. I'm way more who I'm supposed to be now than I was 2 years ago. Me 2 years ago had to make that choice. And me like 7 years ago had to decide to change my name and pronouns and come out socially as non-binary. So there's been all these steps along the way that have been really valuable and needed and wonderful. So I had my hysterectomy back in January. I'm basically recovered from that. I think the tired has finally gone, which is great. I'm also still trying to find my singing voice. I haven't quite gotten there. There's a couple male singers that I can sing along with okay. Where we started,
My little heart is racing and I've been nervous and crying off and on all day.
and where we are now. This is 2 years on testosterone, and you can see the joy in my face and hear it in my voice. Like, if you want to start HRT, you should totally do it. It's great. It's, you know, gonna change your life for the better.